Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, that's definitely going to fall. Did you see it shake? That was really shaky.
If that
No, dude,
camera lasts the whole... Oh, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's sitting on a Keurig. Hey, guys. Welcome to Tyler and Neil Explain Everything. Wait, I guess we changed it. Welcome to Tyler and Neil and Joseph Explain Everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
You need a whole new podcast.
We're going to start a whole new one and just change it.
just for that one episode.
Yes, exactly.
We are joined by the illustrious,
Infamous.
the fantastic,
Illustrious was really
the
good.
authoritative Joseph Franklin Tilley. JFT.
JFT, that's what they call me.
That's what they called you just now, but that's not your middle
That's
name.
not my middle name.
Here's what we wanted you to talk about. What is your middle name?
Blake.
I was really close.
I
I had
named
to
after my
change
dad.
This out for another 29
29 minutes. Okay.
So in the 1400s.
Okay, Blake.
Okay.
All right, so today what we want to talk to you guys about is it's a big deal. It's a big deal, Neil. That's
You
what they
can
called him
tell
in junior
how
high.
big of a deal this is by who we bring in.
Yes.
That's how you can tell.
Yep. And we're bringing in Joseph Tilley.
That's
Joseph
me.
Blake Tilley.
Yep.
Joseph is going to chat with us about something that I used to know about, and then I switched to Google Play, and now I'm on YouTube Music.
Gluten-free biscuits.
Gluten-free biscuits. That's the name of my new band.
that
This is
on
a band where I'll start. Gluten-free biscuits.
Wow.
No, we're talking about Spotify today.
We
and Neil, real quick
Yes.
question.
Yes.
I know we're on Spotify with Tyler and Neil Explain Everything.
Yes.
However, as far as music goes, trap
Yes.
music, I
Yes.
know I've got a few records on there. Do you have any songs on Spotify?
Do you have any songs on Spotify?
Yeah. Are you performing in any songs that are available on Spotify for streaming?
Yeah. I have all the Spotify sessions. I'm doing those.
You're doing Unplugged, Nirvana Unplugged
doing
by
right
Neil?
now. Yes.
Okay, well, that's 0 for Neil.
0.
I have right at 0 for Tyler. Joseph, you have more songs than both of us combined on
I'd
the
say so,
Spotify.
but that only takes one.
Yeah. Do you have one song?
Yep.
No, you have more than that.
I have.
You had one song in high school on Spotify, right? I mean,
had-
at least one.
I had 3 in high school.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now you've got like,
I think
lots of-
like 14, 15 maybe
that's incredible.
on my artist project.
That's so good. So tell us,
thanks.
how did you get into, is Spotify your most listened to? Because you're on YouTube, you're on Spotify, you're on Google Play,
Yep.
you're on all these things. Is Spotify your most listened
For
streaming
sure.
service?
100%.
It is?
Yep. Based
Okay.
on like revenue. Yep.
Okay, sweet.
It is.
Do they pay better than the other ones?
Not necessarily. I think Apple Music pays out more per stream.
But nobody's buying Apple Music anymore.
Right. No one really uses Apple Music. But like the checks that I get are like definitely, especially iTunes too. It's a lot like you can tell when you look at the amount of streams you're getting versus how much you're getting paid.
Question for you about the checks.
Yeah.
Are they A, traveler's checks, or are they number 2, are they the big, giant, oversized checks? Like the clearinghouse
Well,
ones
it's
when they show
direct
up at your-
deposit.
Okay, so they're not temporary checks either?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what a
Temporary
temporary
checks?
check
Oh my
is.
gosh, let me tell you. Okay, so when I first got a checking account, I was at the bank. They're like, okay,
Here we
cool.
go, Joseph.
We got
Here
you.
we go.
This is what you came here for, Joseph. This is why we wanted you here so you could hear me tell stories about when I was in high
Yes.
school. And people think they're getting in for good stuff, and they're not. And they were like, here, take these temporary checks until your checks come in a week. I'm like, cool. I tried to use them. No one takes temporary checks. No one. Not one business. I tried it at 10 different businesses. They're like, oh, you want to take our temporary checks? I'm like, is that, the bank might as well give me monopoly money. So go for it,
Temporary
buddy.
money.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, this is not helpful.
I've never even heard of that before.
Temporary check.
Yeah.
They're great. It's like you have to, it's like a blank check, but not just like, oh, fill in your name or who it's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to and the
Like
money.
a regular check.
You have to put in like your account number and all this. Like it's a blank check. Not even the great movie from the 90s. Greatest movie ever made.
Wow.
Blank check.
Interesting.
True story. I used to work at a jewelry store, and we had a homeless guy come in to the store on a regular basis, and he would bring in a piece of paper that he had torn off, and he had in crayon written "pay to the order of" and his name and an amount. An amount. He would just write it down.
Did you
At
cash
a jewelry
it for him?
store though.
Yes,
cash.
yeah, at a jewelry store.
At a
yeah,
jewelry
he was just like,
Interesting.
y'all cash checks up in here?
He's about to cash a check that he can't cash. I don't know the phrase, and I think there's a curse
Keep
word in
writing,
it, so I'm
you keep
definitely
writing
not saying.
checks your body can't cash.
That's it. But
Interesting.
is it? I thought
Sorry,
there was a curse
Joseph.
word. I thought there was a level 1 curse word in it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never say it.
I don't know what you guys are talking about anymore.
Nobody does.
I'm too far down.
How long? And stop the clock. We lost him in 4.5 minutes.
That's
Not
good.
bad.
That's pretty good. I'm just glad he lasted through my temporary check story. So Joseph, tell me about like as far as you've seen with how they've gone, because and when I was a kid, the thing was you go to like a place and you buy a
Sam
CD.
Goody.
Yep.
I went to Sam Goody's.
Sam Goody.
No, I remember in ninth grade, I went to Walmart and bought Now That's What I Call Music 2. They're on now That's What I Call Music like 58 or something now.
No, it's actually called I Don't Call That Music.
I don't call that
They have
music.
numbers.
And now it's like, is that album relevant? Because now I can go to Spotify or YouTube and just listen to any song. It's like create my own playlist.
And then they're late too.
They're late?
They're late.
When they come out with the songs?
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's like, that was cool 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Nobody's listening to Call Me Maybe.
right.
Hey, I
exactly.
just met you.
Don't do that.
What do you think? Can I be on your next album?
No.
How many times have I asked you to be on your next album?
We're not
Didn't I do that for like a full month?
I stopped counting.
Yeah. And then we did
Between
that
you
one
and
album.
my stepdad.
Oh, wow.
Just I have something
Yeah.
to tell you. I'm your stepdad.
Oh,
I know. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow, that's
a lot of people don't
awesome.
know that.
That's
I'm the same
awesome.
guy. I just would change faces.
Man. Are you stepping
well, we got
to
some
me?
other business to take care of.
Yeah, we do. That's so good. No, for real. Like, so now it's changed with how we receive music. Now
Yep.
it's we go on and we listen to it. Neil and I talked about in a previous podcast that the numbers are staggering with regards to where people listen to music online. It's YouTube has 50% of the market. It's 49% of all online streaming music is YouTube.
Yep.
However, you're seeing more in Spotify. Why do you think that you've had a larger boost in there? Is it because you push that? Because I know whenever you post on your Instagram stories, you're pushing people to Spotify.
Yeah.
But I don't have a Spotify account. Do you still have one?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you don't need one, since you're on my YouTube Premium account. You don't need one.
Yeah,
It's free.
Spotify.
Their
of the
interface
two.
looks better. Their interface
Sure.
looks better, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was that or my Zune. And
Your
so I
Zune.
went with-
You
I
preloaded
went-
on your Zune. You're like, okay, how many Smash Mouth songs can I fit on one Zune?
Yeah. So why do you lean towards?
I think, I mean, to me, it's because that's what I use, I think. Eventually, I think you always have to have a good presence on every market that
Agreed.
there is. But for now, I think it makes most sense. It's easier to push towards Spotify because of the playlisting that you can get from Spotify.
What do you mean, playlisting?
So basically how it works on the back end of if you're an artist or if you have an artist account on Spotify, you upload a song through something called a distributor, whether that's you have a deal with that like with Sony Publishing or something where they put out your song for you, or you go through like an indie distributor, which is like what I use, or anyone who's not really signed.
That sounds like you just like walk out into the street and there's a dude with a beard. You're like, hey, here's my new song. He's like, I got you, babe.
Exactly.
And
It's
then
like that,
he
but online.
disappears.
It's like that, but online.
Okay,
Yeah.
sick. I like it.
And so you just basically pay X amount of dollars per year or per month or per song, depending on how it's set up with each different distributor. Then they upload it. They are like the middleman between Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all
So they
that.
distribute
and
everything for you.
yeah, and they send it to every story title, whatever, anything, whatever, except SoundCloud, not SoundCloud. You do
Yeah,
that yourself.
SoundCloud
gross.
rappers.
Yeah,
SoundCloud raps. That's going to be a topic someday.
That will
yeah.
be.
I want to talk about it so bad.
Not right now. Though.
Okay, yes, sir.
And yeah, anyway, so then you like, basically they send out all your stuff for you. And so then it goes to Spotify for Artists on mine. Before it comes out, I can see that it's been sent to them. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
And then basically I can submit it for playlisting. And then Spotify has hundreds of employees that go through and listen and search for keywords in their file system, their data system, whatever you want to call it. And then they match up your song with a playlist if they like the song or whatever. So
Like
they'll listen to
new
submissions.
artist playlist or
Right, yeah.
like indie listening,
Yeah.
all those stuff
Yeah.
that pop up when you
Yeah.
sign in. I used to
Yep.
love that. I do miss that about Spotify.
Yep.
They would create these playlists
Yeah.
for me.
They still do
They
it.
curate your stuff.
Well, I know, but I don't pay them money anymore, so
they
they
stop
don't.
giving you
They're not going to do it
services.
if you don't pay them money.
That's true.
Yeah, totally. I mean, they will, but they'll just every now and then, like 3 songs in, it'll be like, "Hey, you want to pay $8 a month for blah blah blah?" Yeah.
Pizza.
Get pizza delivered right to your door. Actually, no, they're searching my search terms whenever they do that, so their ads are a little more targeted now.
Yeah. No, they're
So they're
listening
like-
to you.
They are.
They
Are
are.
you looking for a pair of cowboy boots in Central Arkansas? I'm definitely wanting those.
Yes, that's me.
I got my cowboy boot game. That's good. Sweet.
Yeah.
So what's something that like if I'm just I don't make music, I don't put music out. What's something that I might not know about that side of it, of either the business or
Yeah.
the publishing side of it?
Yeah. So I guess like the biggest part of it is like the whole distributor thing. Like people don't know how it. That's the biggest question I get is like how do you even put music on
Yeah.
Spotify?
Yeah.
And it's really as simple as going to an online distributor and then sending them your
info.
files, the info, and then it gets uploaded. But it has to meet like certain criteria. Like it can't include like obviously copyrighted music or sound. Like you can't just re-upload.
Do they check that?
Yeah,
they
do.
run it. Okay.
They run it through a system, and then it's checked. And your artwork is the same way.
Okay.
So make sure that it doesn't have any like logos or anything on it.
You have
like,
really good artwork on your stuff, by the way.
Thank you.
And I love that it's a variety. Because me, I get lazy with YouTube thumbnails, and I'm like, I'll just change the title.
That's a little different though. I feel like I feel like it's more acceptable.
Yeah, and nobody cares about my stuff.
Exactly.
And they actually care about yours. That's what the difference is. Yours is people actually are like, oh, we care when there's a new release.
No.
Me, it's like, oh, he's doing more stuff that we're not going to watch. So
No,
it's
that's
like,
not
great.
true.
It's not
It's
true.
I've seen the views. It's 100% true.
If only there was a way to track
Thank you
this.
guys for being sweet to my face.
If only
But
that was a way.
pretty sure I could tell.
Does the distributor make money off of your songs?
Okay, so that's another thing is no, they don't. The distributor I use is called DistroKid, and I pay $35 per year, and I get as many releases as I want, and I get all the revenue from it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I pay them $35 a year, and then that's
not
all I
bad.
get.
That's not bad
It's
at
not
all.
bad at all.
That's
No.
cheaper than it costs us to do this podcast, and nobody's paying us
Yeah.
for listens.
Yeah. So
Apple.
yeah, so I know just like basically then it's a 2 to 3 month delay from when a stream happens to when the stores report it to the distributor. So there can be like a lot of lag. So basically it can be like 3 months after, you get like you actually see the money from it.
Yeah.
That's
So,
not bad.
Yeah.
No.
It's not too bad.
What are you getting? So on the other side, so I know that if you were to sell an actual album,
Right.
I don't know anyone who
Right.
does that anymore, versus actually what per play
Right.
you generate in revenue, what is that? Do you know?
So
what it is?
yeah, so it's kind of understood that like 1 million streams on Spotify is around $4,000. So 100,000 streams is like $400, and
Nice.
then you can do the math from there and split in between. But yeah,
So
I'm,
when do
kinda
I'm
we-
looking at your numbers right now.
yeah. Look at them.
Check
yeah,
them out.
I'm looking at them.
What do you
right now.
think about it? I would look, but I don't pay Spotify anymore.
Somebody's-
I'm going to look at your YouTube music numbers.
Okay, look at them. Yeah, they're not too good. I don't even check those.
They're not too
Yeah, I don't check those.
So
No.
your most popular song, what do you think your most popular song on Spotify is?
It's I Want You.
Correct.
Oh, I was going to say Just Friends. I really
No.
like Just
Oh,
Friends.
thanks, dude.
It's so good.
That's actually not in the top 5.
It's not in the top 5.
It's a great song.
It
Y'all
is a
should check
great
it out.
song.
It fluctuates in and out. They have algorithms for all that. Just like YouTube has algorithms. Spotify has algorithms for how they put stuff in the popular.
Yeah.
For what's like, because I can see on my end how many songs per month, followers per month, one song is getting.
Right.
And then like how many people came from a Spotify playlist, how many people came from my
wow.
page, how many people came from like a link. I can see it like
That's
all,
not bad.
Yeah. And all countries, regions, ages, gender, all that stuff. So.
Trending really in Denmark right now.
Yeah,
Is it really-
Denmark
is it for real?
Just,
Yeah,
I don't
just
know.
Oh, I was like, seriously?
No, it's
That's
not.
cool.
Greenland, which is for sale, but
Is it really?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Trump asked his advisors on how much it would cost.
I floated that one out there for
and
Tyler.
then,
He
and then
couldn't help
Greenland.
himself.
Well, that was actually going to be one of my headlines on our next explaining headlines. It was going to talk about that.
That's good.
That's
Greenland, the guy in charge of Greenland said, "Yeah,
It's
that's
not- it's not
nothing's
for sale."
impossible, but that's highly unlikely." He said, "We're not selling
I love
to,
it.
to America." They tried to buy it in the 50s. The president
Yeah.
inquired about buying it in
And
53,
in
I think.
1860
Nope.
somethings.
Oh, then before that they did?
Yeah.
Did they
Wow.
try to do it at the same price as Louisiana Purchase? We'll give you 5 nickels and a horse for it. They're like, sure, take half the
wagons.
country. We don't understand what you're saying because we speak a different language. Your number one song on YouTube music is
Yeah.
Wish I Didn't.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I don't have YouTube music.
I do.
Well,
Are you gonna play it right? Oh, you're gonna play it. Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot?
Okay, I'm gonna
He's
jump
singing
in.
this live.
I'm gonna jump in. Yeah, and I'm playing my keyboard.
Keyboard?
keytar.
My key bed.
My key bed.
I'm sorry. That's incredible.
That looks good though. I haven't seen YouTube Music's new like.
Yeah, interface. I think
fire.
from what I heard there, because with YouTube Premium, I get all the ad
Yeah.
stuff and all that taken away, but then also I get Google Play Music, which
Yeah.
is why because I had Spotify
Yeah.
and I paid for it, and then I switched over because I'm paying 2 things.
Yeah.
So I switched it, but I think they're getting rid of Google Play Music
They are.
and they're shifting to YouTube Music.
This is how I know because on my distributor, I can't choose YouTube. So basically, you can choose what stores it goes to.
Yeah.
You can uncheck certain stores depending on
Where you want it to release.
I guess if you have like an exclusive deal with someone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for some weird reason.
Or you could stagger it if you really want people to go to Spotify. They're
Yeah,
forced
yeah.
to for
They,
like a
they
month.
get to
Yeah.
they can listen to it there first.
Yeah.
Versus
Something like that. But it won't let me choose between YouTube and Google Play. You know what I
Really?
mean? Because I was going to take it off of YouTube and upload it myself so I could do all my custom thumbnails and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But that I can't do that without it not going on Google Play, which is this pretty
Now
much,
it's
right?
combined. Yeah.
So if they take it off, I'm sure, because there's like even a thing that's like it's like I checked YouTube Music, so like I'm not gonna email DistroKid saying that I don't want it on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like right now there's some kind of tie between them.
Yeah, they're doing something. Google's like, well, I say that Google, Apple, all of them, they'll start stuff, and then if it doesn't catch on like they want, or if they need to develop into something else, or get it even just a different name to it that doesn't have like the connotations that the public is, like Google Plus.
Yeah.
It didn't catch on. It had terrible.
It didn't, because I have been doing circles and friends in there.
Yeah.
Stick with
It's
it, Neil.
very lonely in there.
Is it hard to find it at this
lonely
point?
now. Oh gosh,
It's yelling
where
into the
it is.
abyss. Yeah, they dropped it, but they did the same thing originally. Like they came out with Google TV, where they had their own televisions. Like all of them
Really?
do this thing. Yeah, and Apple
They
did the
did
thing
it
too.
Chromecast.
Telemundo.
They switched to
Telemundo.
Chromecast, right? Had to be.
Well, yes, that's the thing. They stopped making the actual television, and they did the Chromecast to stick into
Because
anybody's
that's
TV.
way smarter.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
cheaper and
And
it works.
makes way more money for them, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
It makes
I don't know
it
why I
cheaper.
said it like that. I
Cheaper
thought
to
it'd be
make.
funny.
This is
I don't
going to
know.
get marked explicit if you're not careful.
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry.
This has got to be family friendly content.
Yeah.
We don't need any
Ah.
strikes.
Nope.
Ryan's toy reviews.
No strikes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I think this stuff is so interesting because, as far as us with the podcast, we have a similar thing. Like we go through a distributor.
Yeah.
Like I could just host it through Squarespace, which I
Right.
guess you could call them the distributor, and it's free. And I've used Libsyn in the past. I've used Anchor was great because Anchor's super easy. The
Yeah.
interface is great. Like it was my favorite one I've
Yeah.
ever used. The problem with Anchor was you can only do one podcast, and apparently, if I talk to someone longer than 8 minutes, I start a podcast with them, and so I had too many podcasts,
Interesting.
Wow.
and I didn't want to switch
That's
between
awesome.
accounts, so I went to Transistor, and it's been great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
is
it's like a whole distributor for
Yeah.
a podcast.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And once I connect them, see, the thing with Anchor was whenever you do it through them, it was super easy. I was just like, here's my name, here's a picture, here's my first episode, and then they just put it everywhere. Like it
Okay.
was on all like Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, all these things. And then whenever I tried to switch that one podcast over to Transistor, the problem was the problem was they owned it. So they were actually the owner, according to Apple Podcast. Anchor owned my podcast. And so with Transistor, it's like you have to set them up in all the accounts and then you run it through that. And so it's easy now, but it was
Interesting.
super big hassle whenever I was
I
setting
feel
it
like
up.
it's like a fairly new thing too. You know what I mean? So I
Yes.
feel like there's
Still
all these
figuring it
companies are
out.
still figuring it out.
Yeah, I think they are, and I think I've complained enough to the ones that I care about.
Spotify
Yeah.
made a big bet on podcasts, and it's actually starting to pay off.
Yeah.
Their previous first quarter, they grew by 9%. They
Wow.
went from 108 million premium subscribers up to 232 million, with
wow.
a chunk of those being from podcasts.
Wow.
Really?
Because honestly, think about it.
Interesting.
If you don't just listen to these
Yeah,
podcasts
yeah.
all the time, you're going over to what is it, iTunes? No,
Yeah, you
it's
have
a
to go to the
podcast.
podcast
That's
app.
what
and
I
it's
use, actually.
universally
Right.
been not the best as far as organization and search
It's
and
not
all
good
that.
at all.
No, it's terrible.
That when you click on recent episodes or anything, it's
Yes.
yeah, it's just not good.
Yeah.
And
No.
it starts at the top.
Yeah.
So if you're like listening in order,
Yeah.
and there's like 100 episodes, and it's like a story
It's
thing.
like most recent-
You have
yes.
to scroll
Spoiler
all
alerts.
the way
Yeah.
down.
It's not good.
When I
So
did Up and
Spotify's doing
Vanished, it did that.
Yeah.
And I was like, the headlines gave away stuff that's
And
going to happen.
Spotify,
I'm like, come
they
on.
got it unlocked, bro.
They
I'm
got
telling
you.
you.
Yeah, they do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
Spotify.
you.
No, it's doing really well on podcasts.
Yeah.
They're
And
making a huge push.
You know,
That's
it used
good.
to a couple years ago because I tried to put a podcast on Spotify a couple years ago, and they were super selective. Like you had to
yeah,
submit
yeah.
it, and then they would review it and be like, "Well, if it's good
Interesting.
enough, we'll put it." And there's like Joe Rogan's was like
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
one they would put on there.
Yeah.
And so now they just accept and toss those
Yeah.
mugs on.
Are
I
there
bet it was
any
like a
other
beta
podcasts?
thing.
No, there's none other.
There's not.
This
Joe
is
Rogan.
welcome to the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm Joe with Rogan and podcast.
Did you guys see that deer video? Pull up that deer video.
Oh
No.
gosh.
No, I'm just
Don't
kidding.
do
That's
it.
just
Don't,
what
no,
Joe
no,
Rogan
no.
does.
I haven't seen it.
He's
Is
just
it-
like, pull up that video of that deer.
Yeah, every
Is it really?
Yeah, he just shows videos.
All I know is my brother calls me and just pretends like whatever Joe Rogan said is fact. Like you could have like a neuroscientist on there talking about something, and then he's like, "Well, Joe Rogan said that all that really you got to eat frog legs
I
every
trust
day."
Joe's research.
Yeah,
You think he might be the smartest, like the most cultured guy, just because he's had so many podcast guests?
he has had such a wide.
He
Yeah.
has.
Array
Elon
of-
Musk. I mean, come on. You talked to Elon Musk for 2 hours.
You be smart.
You got to be a little
You would
smarter
think.
after that.
You would hope.
If you're in a meme with Elon Musk, Eli on Musk,
Eli on
Eli
Musk.
you
on
got to
Musk.
figure it out.
Dang.
My words aren't working today. Just today, though.
Spotify's testing 2 new things. First one is Family Plan. It
Yep.
is now a smarter way. If you are a Spotify subscriber, right now it used to cost you for a regular premium subscription, it used to cost $10.
Mm-hmm.
Now for $14.99, which is Tyler's pet peeve, is actually $15.
Yes,
It
it
is
is one of my
$15.
pet peeves.
$15.
Don't try to
Don't
Joe
try
Dirt
to
it.
14. that
Don't
thing
church it up, son.
Up to 6 people can share that one account.
Yeah, which
for
is
15
Can
bucks
someone do
as
that
opposed
math?
to 10.
That's
you wanna do
a
the
little
math?
under $3, right?
There you
per
go.
person.
Sure.
Yes.
That's a lot better than
As a
what it
student,
used to be.
I pay $5 for Spotify Premium, and I get Hulu with
Yeah,
ads.
they did that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I got because I pay for
For a
Hulu.
year? Did they give it to you for a year? Or is it unlimited?
I have unlimited. I mean, I've had it since I was in high school.
That's not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the promo just was recent, but I guess it's
Hulu
been
has
on.
live sports.
That's what Damon Lillard. That has to be
I don't
one of
know
the
why
best marketing
it's
techniques.
very, very
It was
smart.
so smart.
Hulu has live sports.
Who has live
Spotify
sports?
is also testing out a new feature for speakers. So when you walk into a room, anything that has AirPlay or any kind of Chromecast or whatever, it will remember what your playback preferences are. So you walk into a room, instead of having to go to your Bluetooth settings, turn that
Yeah.
on, switch it over, a drop down will hit in Spotify that will allow you to automatically throw your audio over to whatever
Interesting.
that speaker is.
Oh wow!
It does do that with my computer already.
Like it'll automatically
Yeah.
start playing?
I mean, if I'm listening on one or the other, I can
it'll
switch
play in
between them like
Yes.
seamlessly. It does
Right.
a pop-up thing. Do you want to continue listening?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll be listening to something on my laptop speakers,
Yeah.
and then I'm on my phone trying to share something that I'm listening to,
Yeah.
and it's like, which one do you want to listen on?
Right.
Instead of me having to you know what I mean? But that's just in the account, which I think is interesting. Because if I leave the room, I can switch it to my Bluetooth speaker that's in the living room
Yeah.
or my Amazon Echo or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I had this problem with Amazon Echo when it first came out. Is I got one in my office here, I got one at home, and hadn't switched up the way the accounts were set up for each one. And so I would come early on Tuesday mornings at about 4:30, and I would come in and want to turn worship music on. And so
Yeah.
I would just do it, and I would say, Alexa, go ahead and turn this on and play this song. And I was like, why is this not playing? And so in my living room on volume
It was
10,
playing.
just blaring.
I was cranking
And it
at
happened
4:30 in the
multiple
morning.
times. Oh, yeah.
I bet Gina enjoyed that.
Run DMC at 4:30.
Oh, so is that what your worship music was?
motivating. You can worship to anything.
You know, I got
That's
an
not-
autograph
that's not
of Rev Run. He signed
Really?
a Rob Bell Velvet Elvis book for me. I
That's
tried to talk
awesome.
to him. He looked at me, didn't answer me, and turned to his friend and started talking. I said, well, just sign this book. He didn't even look at the book. He didn't care.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's great. So Rev and I go way back.
You guys,
Yeah. It revved up, if you will.
Rob Bell.
I'm so sorry.
That was bad.
I'm
that
so
was
sorry,
really
everybody.
bad.
I
I should be the
apologize.
police here.
You should just eh. No good.
Pause.
Okay. Also, one of the things, last thing I want to say with the Spotify's is that I think they are doing well because they're making their stuff integrate with other culture-heavy platforms. So, like Instagram,
Yep.
you can put stuff on there
Right.
from Spotify directly in there.
Facts.
Does it do anything? I don't get on Snapchat much since Instagram had stories.
I don't think it has Snapchat. It's
doesn't
not,
have Snapchat
no, I don't
integration?
think so.
Get it
I mean,
together.
Facebook for owning Instagram and making that happen.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Way to go, Mark.
Yeah, I think it's
Mark!
like it helps me out a lot. Like I can see where if people come from like a link, like I said,
Yeah.
like if people are sharing it and stuff, and that is like the number one reason I feel like I've had a small amount of success.
Is because they can pull it in from there.
Yeah, I mean it's so easy. You just
Yeah.
you're on stories, and instead of seeing a screenshot of Apple Music and then having to go to the other app and search,
Yep.
Just click
you
it.
just click it and then it's already playing for you, and you're like, oh, this is cool, whatever, or
Yeah.
it's not. You know what I mean?
I screenshotted a song this morning, and as soon as you screenshot it on
It
your
says-
iPhone, it's like, hey, do you want to just
Yep.
post this into Spotify?
It already
That's
knows.
incredible.
And it does it differently. It's not
You
a
mean
screenshot.
Instagram?
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, if it could post it into Spotify.
That'd be incredible.
From Spotify.
That'd be
That's Inception.
very meta.
We're going to need it.
Inception.
Yeah. It is
Leonardo
pretty
DiCaprio.
cool. It's easy to do it. And what it does, instead of it being an actual screenshot of you and the playback and all that kind of stuff, it's now an album cover that you
Yep.
can click on. And so you can see those stats from
Yeah.
where they're coming.
I can see
That's
that.
pretty
Yeah, I can see
amazing.
where people click on and where they come from. And all
And a
that.
lot of them are
It's
coming
crazy.
from Instagram.
I mean, it's either that or the link in my bio.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when a song first comes out, usually.
Oh,
that's
gotcha,
what it
gotcha.
is.
Yeah, that's
because
cool.
if I'm like announcing it and all that jazz, and then I say go
here.
How often do you try and come out with a new?
So I've been in a bit of a pickle this summer. I try to do 6 to 8 weeks apart, depending on the life of a song.
Yeah.
And I've been in a bit of a pickle where I've had to like be on pause.
Well, because you've
But-
been writing for other people, right?
Yeah. And then there's like contract stuff that like may happen or may not, but I can't really release stuff if that happens. So I had to kind of wait, and then it didn't happen. So now I just had to start over from like a month ago.
Yeah,
So I just had to pick up where I left off. But I got a new song coming out.
Hey,
hello.
Hopefully 3 this year.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Where can everybody find them? Because this won't play until
Yeah, when is this coming out?
probably end of September.
Oh, then it'll be out then.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah,
Where can they
so
go to find it?
September 13th. If it's before that,
It'll be after.
it'll be after. Okay,
Yeah.
September 13th. This song already came out.
Yeah,
it's
you
called,
knew it
It's called
came out.
Something
Everybody.
Real.
Something real.
It's gonna be
Search
hopefully
Joseph
good.
Tilley,
Joseph Tilley on
Something Real.
Spotify,
Or Apple Music. If
Apple Music, or
YouTube Music.
YouTube Music, but
Stitcher.
just use Spotify, please. Thank
Yeah,
you.
There you go.
Spotify's where we like it. But what if
we
you?
like.
What if they sign up? Can they indicate when they sign up for Spotify Premium that I'm only doing this for Joseph Tilley?
So then I get
you get commission.
Yes.
Dude, honestly, it's like a partner program with Amazon. That'll be fire.
Oh man.
That'd be incredible.
Imagine that.
Let's do it. I can't even begin to imagine.
Make sure you get that G Fuel, guys.
I can only
Yeah.
imagine.
Purchase with link PewDiePie, code PewDiePie,
Yeah.
PewDiePie for
Yeah, guys. What's up,
discount
gamers?
code. What's up, gamers?
Hey, Jablins, we're here. Jablins.
What's a Jablin?
What's a J1, dude?
Jack Black, Jablinski Games.
Oh,
Jablinski's.
Hey, Jables.
Yeah, Spotify.
What's up, Low Gang? Okay, so thank you guys so much for listening. Joseph, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thanks for having me.
attending
I
and talking
appreciate
to
it.
us and explaining everything really about
I explained
Spotify.
everything I could.
I feel better now.
Good, you guys feel
didn't
better.
You
know.
know one of my favorite things about Spotify, though, at the end of the year, the way they tell you
Oh,
what you're
that's
listening
That's
to.
good.
really cool. I missed that.
Think
Most-
about how shareable that is.
That's the
People
best
are
use of your data.
smart.
I'm telling you what.
They're making good use of your data.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yep.
Yeah, they're not just using it to sell
Take
ads.
lessons.
So, you know, they're connected
Take lessons,
over.
Facebook.
They're connected
Yeah.
to Facebook and they're connected to Netflix. That when you are in a trend, they're noticing what your viewing history is on
Yep.
Netflix and what your listening history is on Spotify to suggest different types of movies or different types of music after that.
Yep. Bro,
It's my favorite.
next level.
Honestly,
We're
that
living
is
the
the
future.
one thing I miss the most out of not having Spotify is because I love those types of things. Those like that
yeah.
data
Yeah.
and just seeing
And like
it. And
every week they have a playlist that
Yep.
Discover
For me.
Weekly.
Discover Weekly.
and
It's all algorithmic.
I miss that.
I like
Should
my
I
phone.
pay? Should I pay for it? Should I pay $15?
Yep.
$14.99.
Your whole family can get it.
Yeah. Well, I'm already paying for a whole family of my friends to get the other one. So
Or maybe they'll pay in.
they
Maybe
well,
somebody could put you
one
on
of
their
them pay.
family plan.
One person named Christian pays every month on the 17th.
What a good guy.
Like clockwork. 3 people named Josh Ross, Neil Greathouse, and Tommy Hunt.
Yeah.
Pay anywhere from $20 to $40 every 3 to 4 months. It's
really
and
hard
one
to-
person named
hard to
Peter
plan.
never pays me.
Hard to plan
He
on
pays
that.
me for 1 month every 6 months.
Dang it.
Welcome back to another episode of Joseph and Neil Convinced All to Get Spotify. And
Whoa, there it is.
cut his
That'd be
friends
a
out of
sick
his
podcast.
Season 2.
Not available on Spotify.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Pretty funny.
Well, thank you again for coming, Joseph. Thank you
thank you
guys
for
for,
having me.
listening. If you guys rate us 5 stars and give us a comment, Neil will come to your house with a very large check from Spotify. He'll give you all of Joseph's earnings from Spotify
Yes.
in a very large check.
I've been saving them for this.
It's a traveler's check.
It's a
traveler.
I think we already set that
And
up.
I'll deliver a temporary check, which is worth nothing to anyone.
A blank one, though.
Blank
They're-
check. I'll
they're
deliver the DVD blank check to you.
They're great at jewelry stores.
They
I'm telling
really
you,
are.
They really are.
Fill them out with crayon, and you'll be on your way.
You're
a
in.
game. Thank you guys for coming. Stay sweet and appreciate y'all coming to my TED Talk. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.